Well, this is just me saying this, but I hear the gentle sound of either static or the ocean in the background. I'm thinking it's static. Maybe it's me.
John's fan.
Oh man, John! Now I don't want to. I don't want to make it roast in the room, John.
Do you like my name, Andy?
Dude, AstroZenecis fortwenicus. I like the fortwenicus. I think that sounds like some kind of Roman consul, maybe, or tribune.
The AstraZeneca is temporary. I'm
Okay,
excited, Andy. I'm booked in for me first jab.
dude, you must be freaking excited. So you and the
Um,
missus too, or you and the your partner?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
So when's the date?
Um, oh well, I was going to say on the 18th of August,
Okay.
I'll either be 50% vaccinated or dead from a blood clot. But either way, I'm positive.
Either
I'm
way,
Dude,
pumped.
it will be resolved. You're going to be taking 1%
Exactly.
closer.
Either way,
You're
I
going to
shall
be resolved.
be on my way to being immune.
That's
I'm
great.
telling you what, the 5G is amazing, dude.
The 5G, yeah, yeah. You recommend it, John
I
Hudson?
do. I
Very good.
do. I mean, I couldn't even get on the show before, since I
All
got
right,
the vaccination. I mean, I cut in and out, but there was no chance of me even being part of this before.
dude, I'm completely vibing your magnetic field from all the way over here in Vermont.
Mm. Have you had the magnetic effects yet, like Paul Chemish? Been able to
Yeah.
stick things onto yourself? I
I've always
imagine
been
it could be
I've
coming
always been
handy.
able to stick a magnet on the metal plate.
Okay, good. And good morning, Dr. T. Tom Foolery, Esquire.
You're an attorney now,
Yeah,
doctor of law.
of everything.
I'm very good.
Everything. You're the
Yeah,
universal lawyer.
I have all titles.
Wow, that sounds very imperial.
See, if I went to a doctor with a name like that, there's no middle ground. You're either in for some real fun or a really scary time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hate to say it, but most of my fun has been found during scary times.
I can see that, Glenn. I mean, I can see that, John. Here comes Glenn, the international man of mystery.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing okay. How are you doing, Glenn?
I just got back from work. I've been at work since midnight, so
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you just coming out of work.
yeah. It's
What can
it
I
you,
say?
you could tell by the energy levels, I guess, right?
That Glenn, your audio is superb.
It
Thank
is.
you.
I want to say, ever since the Pinky Promise, Glenn, it has been on point, sir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I got headphones on and I'm in the garden because I figure it's a nice day outside, so I might as well be outside for at least a tiny bit of the time.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Sam,
so
you're getting the first jab. Your partner's getting the first jab. Any of your kids eligible for the first jab? No.
16,
16.
the
Huh?
age here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
yeah. So my eldest just turned 15. So
hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I am.
yeah.
but he wears his mask at school.
Oh, that's
Well,
good.
he tells us he does.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
That's
watching you,
that's.
boy. I'm watching you.
Yeah. It's yeah. That's tough. I was actually going to show a video during the show about how the Texas Supreme Court put a stay on mask mandates in the state. They're basically supporting Governor Abbott right now
All right, I'm
because
going
Abbott.
inside. My internet connection sucks out here.
All right, you still sound wonderful, Glenn. I have to tell you, it sounds better than Vermont maple syrup. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yes, we've got the mandate here, and it it's I do get it's a little bit intimidating. Like there's no people around, quite a few police, and they all eye you like you better be out with a good reason. But
Right.
that's fantastic. It's sad that's what we needed, but if it's what's needed, it's what should be done.
Out of all the crazy shit that this species has done during plague time, just telling people to put on a fucking mask.
Well, we yesterday went with the kids to a public pool. Well, it's a spring with a natural bottom, and I had anxiety about it. I'd never been there, just being around people. But the pool is 3 acre pool,
Hmm.
and they made us wear masks, standing in line, and it was the only time we was even around people were just shuffling into the area at Barton Springs.
Wow.
So it was done safe, and I felt the son-in-law went and got the tickets, and so basically we just had to walk through the line. People were separated 6 feet. They made everybody wear masks and such. And then when we got down to the pool, uh, uh, it's 3 acre pool is, and then with all the land around it, we had our own private real estate. It
Good.
was pretty awesome.
What's
And
the what's
John,
the
as someone who's sensitive to being out there amongst this bullshit,
Very.
how good do you feel to be amongst a large group of people all doing the right thing? Doesn't it feel amazing? Like,
It feels. I find comfort. Austin's a little bit different than Texas. There are these people here that are a friend of mine who's been anti-vax, who I haven't been able. I just I can't be around him, and it saddens me. He decided this weekend he's going to get vaccinated, but it took one of his good friends dying, and this young man was in his 30s
Yeah.
that died of COVID, and he's like, oh, maybe it's a good idea. And another thing is, I've been mowing a couple lawns around, and I came to my people point blank and asked them, are you vaccinated? And two of them told me no. And I told them I'll no longer be able to come over here and mow your lawn.
Yeah. Yeah. That's reasonable. Jim.
Austin's pretty. Austin's pretty. It seems that in Austin, are the local businesses embracing a mask, like making people wear masks, or is it just a whole Texas-wide thing where people are just mostly ignorant to that, like just anti-mask completely?
1 minute, I'm being yelled at.
a lot of, I don't know if this answers it, and I won't speak for Austinians, but
Right.
a lot of what I've heard is that, like, I've had people close to me say it's because they're making us.
Mm.
If they weren't making us, we'd be more likely to do it. And I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
So basically,
And I
it's them being a rebel because they don't want to do it because they're being told.
Yeah, like if the government had come out at the start and said, whatever the fuck you do, don't wear a mask, they'd all be walking around masked up to the night.
Do these people realize they're acting like fucking toddlers?
No.
I don't think so.
No, toddlers actually will behave when given proper instruction.
I like the code that you just said there, John, and I support your code. Whatever that code was, reading between the lines. I agree. Toddlers will basically do what needs to be done. Give them proper reinforcement. But these adult toddlers, yeah, they just
Yeah.
do what they do.
Yeah.
Child-
I added. Sorry, I added this. Just a quick. I just got something I'm going to tell, and then I'm going to ask John what I asked before he had to run out. I had a discussion with some guy was saying that that in terms of he doesn't agree with passport vaccines because why should I be discriminated if I decide I don't want to be vaccinated? And like I didn't want to get in a whole. We kind of were like on a break at work, so it was like something shooting the shit. And my issue is like, especially when it comes to traveling, what people need to realize, and this is where I find a lot of people are really entitled. Traveling to a foreign country is not a right; it's a privilege. Another country does not have to let you in. You can't force them to let you in your country. So if I want to go to a country that's like wherever, and I decide I want to go, then I say I refuse to take the vaccine, and you will let me in. They have a right to tell me to piss off and turn around and go home. And
I gotta tell you, the asshole in me, if someone dropped that kind of bullshit logic on me, I'd be like, well, I'm a murderer, and I don't know why they're discriminating against me because I'm a murderer.
yeah, yeah. And John, what I was about to ask, in terms of where you live in Austin, are a lot of the businesses asking people to mask up when they come in, or is it very much still a red part of Texas?
No. For the most part, all of the businesses require you to be masked. And you know what? At this point, the hand sanitizers and everything went bottom dollar. I loaded up on that, paper towels, all the stuff. I'm 30 miles or better from the nearest Costco. It's 15 miles to the nearest grocery store. So I stock up on stuff out here, and I wear the masks. I went in Tractor Supply the other day. I was the only one wearing a mask besides the people actually working there. Mm-hmm. But these are people buying tractor stuff. But once you get into downtown Austin, I mean, the crowds are back, but it's like everybody walking down the street are wearing masks. It's progressive, and I see a lot of that, especially around the Austin area, Houston and Dallas too. I mean, it's starting to turn blue. We're getting a lot of that here. We could give the Panhandle to Oklahoma, and that would alleviate a lot of our problems.
Interesting. Yeah.
Or you could just send all the where is it? Trying to think of the state that had a massive outbreak in the South.
Florida.
And I was thinking you just send all the COVIDiots there. It's not Tennessee. It was somewhere else. Louisiana, not Louisiana. I forget where it was.
Rogues Gallery, Alabama.
Yeah, it was Alabama. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this natural selection shit. I think shit will pan out in the end.
Well,
like I've said, I'm sending the invites to all the COVIDiots. Just they can have Saskatchewan.
As Jim Justice pointed out weeks ago, is that when people see their friends die, when they see their relatives die, that's what's going to get people to get the shot. That's the thing.
Well, it's like Henry's buddy dying. I mean, I've been preaching to him about getting a vaccination for a while. It takes a death,
So, John, did your buddy say, "Dang, John Hudson, you were right all along"?
No, they'll never acknowledge that. You know what I mean?
You're right. You've been around long enough to know that even when you've been right for months and months and months, you'll never get very rarely will you get. I guess you're right about that.
Yeah, it's just them type of people, they never want to be wrong. Yeah. And it's sad that it takes something like that for them to do the right thing, but natural selection.
Well, like I said, like most people say, a strong person can admit they're wrong. A weak person is never wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you learn too, is being wrong.
Yeah.
This is true.
I never learned anything in my life from all the things I did right. You never do at that. You learn from your fuck ups.
I've learned a lot too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you look. I saw some of the pictures. You look like you're having fun on the weekend, John.
I had a great weekend. Went the daughter was really busy. She had to do some bridals shots on Thursday and Friday. So she came from the office home and then went and did them. And then she had a wedding she was shooting Saturday. This is a little girl that's 6 months pregnant. and she's like, Dad, do you want to start shooting with me? And I bought her first camera when she's probably 3 years old. And she's turned this into a side business, which is crazy. And yeah, I'm going to start doing weddings with her.
That's cool.
Which
That's awesome.
I'm
It's good
pretty
work, and it
excited
can,
about it all.
it can be physically arduous work too. A buddy of mine is a wedding photographer and videographer, and there's a lot of time on your feet. There's you're schlepping stuff around. It's work.
The financial reward, she does damn good off that. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's like she had one wedding that she's supposed to do in the Bahamas in October that she's not doing because the baby's due
Yeah.
in October. And she's like, I'm like, I'll go shoot him for you. You just pay me a meager, and I'll help you build your business and such.
Sure.
I've been shooting for over 45 years. More not portrait or wedding or anything. Just I like shooting ghost towns and nature and such. But I'd like to, maybe step up and accept the challenge of doing that. I have fun at the weddings.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And it's funny because I have the grandson with me, and he's a chick magnet, dude. The ladies come up and just to see him, and if I can put on a little bit of swagger.
I'll see how this is playing out.
Anyhow, I got a phone number Saturday night from a gal. There was an art exhibit that was going on just next door to the wedding. And I wandered into it, and the artist, I asked her if I could take her out for coffee.
Hey.
And she's like, well, I don't have anything to write my number on. So she grabbed a piece of her art,
Yeah.
put her name on and phone number on the back, gave me the piece of art. So yeah, we're gonna do coffee tomorrow, actually.
Good for you, John Hudson. Good
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I think Sammy keeps dropping out of the stream. He's making a really good attempt, everyone.
Well, once he gets up, that will change. He'll be able to come on and stay on.
Man, I am just happy that the internet connection here is good enough for me to be able to do this. I was really kind of concerned how good the Wi-Fi was going to be here, but so far, I don't believe I've been choppy or roboting or anything. So,
Well, that's good.
yeah. Pride is sinful, Andy. Thus saith the Lord.
Is that my internet?
I don't know whose internet is that. Hey, Sam's going to try it again. Third time's the trick, Sam. All right.
So on my phone, if I hit the link in the YouTube, because I have YouTube Premium, it stays running in the background, but the StreamYard window opens through YouTube, so YouTube is gone.
Oh.
I can't shut it down, and so I've got two streams running at the same time.
It's not very confusing, Sam.
Yeah, I don't even know what I just said.
So I'm supposed to start this onboarding training next week, and I'm gonna email my HR person and say, hey, there's no way I can Zoom this thing, right? Because that would be great if I could just kind of do this. But I'm sure they're gonna tell me to go fuck myself. We're paying you $15 an hour, Andy Hall. That's good money. Come on in. become a super spreader of COVID. Be stuck in a shitty office for like 8 hours. Oh,
Yeah, it's. I completely forgot what I was about to say.
Onboarding's a little bit different to, say, just interviews. I've got to do a bunch of interviews, and
oh yeah.
I was, yeah. I hate video interviews. I like to see the people that I'm potentially hiring.
Yeah.
But some quirks you've got to look past at the moment.
Sure. In fact, Andrew Spitzness, who is the psychiatrist who does movie reviews on Pathos Non-Religious, he's coming back on the channel to do a Best Advice Ever episode. And I don't know if he's actually done psychiatry and some kind of therapy on Zoom, but I'm going to ask him about that because I'm curious about what from the therapist's point of view, what it's like to do this therapeutically. I would think it'd be very weird.
I wonder if he makes them get right back so he can.
Well, that's what I'm thinking too, dude. Because there's a big difference between like just the face and then from the chest up. Like this exactly.
Hey, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, Doc.
I am not socially awkward at all. In the face. What's up, Digital Hammurabi? Hope you're doing well. I'm almost done with it. I have to set up times for people to actually come up on the show. Because I know Dr. Josh is coming on. I'm practically done with his book. I know way more things than I thought I ever would know about things. And so about archaeology, about Aramaic, about Assyria, ancient Assyria. So yeah, I'm looking forward to our conversation.
Well, you put on something about science. I can't remember what it was, and that's one science I kind of argue with is the science of archaeology.
Okay. What's your point? What's your beef, John Hudson?
What's my beef? I just don't think it's all correct, especially when you look at like the Mayan and Aztec, what they say they built and such, and then let's just say I like Brian Forrester's videos.
Brian Forrester. Do I know who Brian Forrester is? Off the top of my head, I'm not sure.
And anyhow, he's
not getting ancient aliens on us, though. Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not even like that. No, absolutely not. No. But if
I had a similar thing with archaeology.
If you examine the Cyclopean architecture versus what the Aztecs were actually capable of, like the H blocks of Pumapunku, I worked in stone too, and trying to do an inside corner with that precision. It's not even done with water jet today. So
well, John Hudson,
who made it? I'm not saying aliens, but I'm just saying who made it. It wasn't the Aztecs. It wasn't the Mayans. It wasn't the Olmec.
John Hudson, when Dr. Josh comes on the channel, you can ask him all about because he has a PhD.
I would love to. I would love to have somebody explain to me because
it'll be a live show. And actually, I'm going to play a game when Dr. Josh comes on the show, and I'm going to make a guess how many times he's going to say, "Well, that's not my area of specialty," because I've been reading through his book, and he's very humble. He's very humble. He always points out, "This is not my area of specialty, but this is the scholarly consensus," and I'm impressed with those.
Can I offer my humble theory, John?
Yes, sir. Please.
So I wondered a similar sort of thing, and what I've come to think is that so they've discovered around these crushed diamonds and things like that. So they've realized
the nanodiamonds.
that they may have had, been cutting with diamond to get these, as in they sprinkle the diamond dust into the cut line and then use whatever they use, and it's actually the diamond that does all the work.
Okay, Sammy, but when
hang on. Now I know about the precision and stuff, right? But what I think is, for however many thousand years until we had really the Industrial Revolution, all we had was cutting rocks and shit. And we had a lot of time to, even back then, they had been doing it for thousands of years. And I think they just knew shit that we don't know now because we're not thinking about it. We're trying to do it with lasers and this and that. We're not out, with diamond dust trying to. I know it doesn't have a lot of detail, my answer, but.
Right. I think there's a greater chance of people being able to do those kind of works than aliens or magic. That's what I think. That's my guess. I think that's the prudence. That's the Occam's razor argument right there.
Mm-hmm.
That more than likely ancient people were able to figure that out than the alternative hypotheses. That's what I think.
I thought John was really into what I was saying.
But he just froze. Yeah. I thought he was just angry, to tell you the truth, but he just froze up. That means you won the argument, Sammy. Internet rules. Person who freezes up can't reply. Sammy won.
I wasn't arguing. I was kind of off.
Sammy, anytime you try to make a point on the internet, you're arguing with someone. Digital Hammurabi. Here we go. I think the problem is that we look back at these ancient civilizations and think, well, if we can't do that, then they certainly couldn't have done that. That's right. Brother, I have to tell you, there's a lot of shit I can't do. Like, if I was going to be propelled back in time and they're going to show us magic things from the future, I'd be like, levers? Maybe a water screw? Maybe I can, what, you already have a water screw? I guess you already have the wheel then.
When I was young, I used to dream about just having a time machine so I could go back and wow them and be famous and powerful and change history. And then I realized that unless I was able to go back and forth and take things with me, that I would last about 4 minutes.
4, yeah. I'm not. I'm with you, Sammy. Yeah. And Dr. Josh wants to say that's definitely not my field of expertise right there. Yeah. That's great. All right, so I guess I'm going to close up the show because I'm only doing this till 10 o'clock today. Going to do the same format tomorrow. I think that will. I think that should, and I'll be better at the first half of the show. At the first show, I think I'm going to get my timing down better to do a half-hour show, 25-minute show. Yeah.
Well, Andy, we need a word, an atheist word for bless. But you bless us just by doing it when you're on vacation. Anyone else would be playing reruns.
Oh, yeah.
Not Andy, not Dr. Kennard, people. So subscribe, because there's no ads, no reruns. Like, this is quality shit, people.
Well, I think so. But I am biased. Thank you for the kind words. If Jack was here, he would be telling me to shut the fuck up and just take a compliment, Andy. And I'm just going to take a compliment right there. So everyone, 9 o'clock tomorrow, 9 to 9:30 approximately. We're doing the news show, and then 9:30 to 10, open room. And should be fun, right? I don't know what stories we're going to cover, but we'll do something. And thanks, panel, for showing up. And maybe I'll even turn my table around. See, my girlfriend came over, and she said, why aren't you just moving the table so people look at the wall as against to back here? And I said, I might be lazy. Maybe I haven't thought of it. maybe it's more one than the other. I don't know. Yeah. But take care. Right. The thumb. The A. Right. All right, everyone.
Laters. Have a good day.